I have to do a lot of stuff to the Discord though.
Able to get into it
On the
since
goddamn Discord, and there's 3 channels that I don't have access to.
I haven't been able
You
to
don't
get
gotta know what's happening there.
since it was
There's
created.
crazy
even
stuff
though-
happening in there. Just saying, there's crazy stuff happening there. You can't see it.
There's
That's why you're not
crazy
in there.
stuff. Yeah.
You're banned.
Brig, we're not part of the club. We're excluded.
It's men only.
Jewel doesn't love us anymore.
There's such an echo, and it's not
every
coming from me.
I'm just I'm glad.
I'm gonna
glad that-
mute. I'm gonna mute and tell me if it's better. Oh wait, fuck.
Every demographic's allowed except cis women.
Okay, well that's
How?
I mean, I've met some cis women that are
Kate
not
and I
like.
are the only cis women on the chat.
Oh, by the way, my stream's
Oh,
on.
no.
But also that the Caroline Levitt, by the way, the Caroline Levitt, her husband's 60 years old, by the way, just so you know.
I'm pan, so I'm not cis.
She's 27, her husband's 60, so. Caroline Levitt.
You can be cis and pan.
Caroline
you
Levitt
can-
scares me, bro. They like
Two
little
completely
girls.
different things.
I'm
They like little
asexual
girls.
myself.
I mean, I'm ace.
Really,
but
Reds?
Absolutely. I've probably been celibate for 3 years now, and I've chosen to be.
What's happening? I don't know what's happening. Oh wait, let me look. Oh yeah, name and number. Okay. Thank you, T, if you're here, T. Thank you for becoming a channel member. I just saw you did that. Thank you so much. T. Carrion, barbarian. Beef with anybody, even if they're vegetarian. So. Let me set up my thing real quick. Pin message, nice. Nice. RFK Jr. is a fraud. RFK Jr. is a fraud. Pin. Okay, we're gonna do. Why were Donald Trump? Let me see. Is RFK safe and effective? Or why is country to China? Ooh. What the heck? Who the hell is that? Who changed your name to that, dude? What the? Why is it your name? Who is this? Which mod is this? Which mod is it's your daddy? I'm your daddy now, dog. Who's that? They're a channel member too. Who the? Interesting. The incel movement is one of the loudest voices to speak against women's reproductive rights. Yeah, so Caroline Levitt, or whatever, the Trump press secretary, her husband is 60 years old. 60. Her husband is 60 years old. 60 years old. It's kind of insane if you really think about anything at all. All right, what video? Ah, man. These things make no sense, by the way. These things make no sense. None of these things make sense. None of these things make sense. So we have this as well. Oh, someone tried calling? You can call again, buddy. Go ahead. It is weird. Very weird. Trump says he's going to hold 30,000 migrants at Guantanamo Bay.
Trump's immigration crack.
Nice. Cool.
Trump's immigration crackdown. And the breaking news tonight, the president is now planning to send tens of thousands of undocumented migrants to Guantanamo Bay. It comes as our Pierre Thomas witnessed a raid that began just before dawn this morning. In fact, raids from Baltimore to Aurora, Colorado tonight.
Guantanamo Bay, if you don't know, has had some of the most severe human rights violations in U.S. history and human history. It's one of the most disgusting places on the planet, as far as, you know, what the U.S. did there. During our Middle East tour in the 2000s and also 2010s. Obama said he was going to close it, was not very successful. But yeah, there's no facility at all capable of holding 30,000 people on Guantanamo Bay. There was no space for it. There is no way to build it. If you did build it, it would cost like $10 billion and take years. The fact that Trump said he's going to send 30,000 people there makes zero sense at all. So let's see if the media says any of that.
But our Chief Justice correspondent,
I think the prison or the facility there can hold like 750 people.
Pierre Thomas has just learned tonight about where those undocumented migrants will be held at Guantanamo Bay. We took you to the prison holding terrorists there right here on this broadcast. Tonight, there are still terrorists there and now undocumented migrants soon on the way. Here's Pierre.
Tonight, ABC News given access to an immigration raid
then we'll shut it down. We'll collapse on it.
played out just before dawn near Baltimore.
By the way, Guantanamo also held innocent people. We tortured innocent people in the most brutal ways possible. So saying that there's only terrorists there, I mean, maybe that's true today, but throughout the entire history, we terrorized and brutally tortured innocent people as well.
We're running
because just like right now, America is really bad at profiling. It's really bad at determining who deserves to get. You know, if you're torturing someone and they're not answering, they might just not know the answer. They might just be someone you think is connected or looks like a criminal, like Trump said the other day. So yeah, Guantanamo Bay is not a good place.
Along with a tactical team led by ICE officers, along with ATF and the DEA. They're on a mission. Within minutes, we're on stakeout.
So we have 4 targets so far this morning. The first target is convicted of robbery.
2 hours go by as agents stalk the first suspect. Suddenly, it's go time. Police surround the suspect, who they say tried to escape. We see him sitting on the curb, handcuffed.
I need you to go get my car. I just got pulled over.
90 minutes later, ICE arresting another suspect in Baltimore. They say a convicted drug dealer who sold fentanyl and cocaine. He's among the more than 1,000.
So, under Biden, we did a lot of these, but Biden did not use it for propaganda. Obama did more deportations in general, was much harder on the border than Trump was, but did not do it in this way to propagandize and dehumanize every single person in America who is undocumented or an immigrant. The reason they have cameras there is for pure propaganda. The Trump White House, the Trump White House is posting stats every day, like it's ESPN, Sports Center, for how many people they deport per day. They want to put quotas on it, which is really bad because obviously if you have quotas, you might be getting people who are not illegal or undocumented at all. They already detained multiple American citizens, including one family, a 3-year-old, a mother, and a grandmother, I'm pretty sure. They're from Puerto Rico, American citizens. The ICE agents just did not believe them when they said they were American citizens. We had U.S. military vets detained as well already. So when they say, you know, the Lake and Riley Act made due process become nothing, so due process is eliminated. You could be accused of a crime and get deported. You have that combined with them detaining, wrongfully detaining people, and now they want to reopen Guantanamo Bay to send them to. Do you know? Do you like understand how that path can lead to somewhere terrible? And it will.
1,000 ICE arrests of undocumented migrants in the last 24 hours. The standpoint of ICE is simple. If you've been convicted of those kind of crimes, you're not leaving the country. But ICE acknowledges
40% to 50% of total deportations so far under Trump have been people who commit 0 crimes, okay? And it's not a felony or or any type of crime to be in America and not documented. Being in America and not documented is not a crime. At the most, it'd be a civil offense, but it's not a crime. It's not true that you can say anyone who's in America and not a citizen is a criminal. That's just not true. If you want to say it's bad, you can make an argument for it, but it's not a crime. So 40% of the deportations so far have been, again, to meet quotas, to meet numbers of deportations, because Trump wants to have his ESPN stats Looking good.
Some undocumented migrants who don't have convictions are also being arrested.
Yeah, so the worst go first.
Everyone's on the table. So if we go arrest this dude and there's another person next to him who's also here illegally, we're going to start asking questions. And, if we determine that person's illegal, they're coming with us.
Arrests taking place across the country. In Colorado today, federal agents say they detained a suspected member of a notorious Venezuelan gang. And tonight, the breaking head.
And they can say anything because we don't have any information from what they're doing, so they could just make up stories if they really want to. Jesus.
Call from.
Hello.
Hi, is this Jola?
Yes, it is. What's up?
Not much. Happy to be on the show. I just had a quick question for you.
Yeah, sure.
So I was wondering, and you might be able to correct me here, but so when you say that somebody comes over the border and they're undocumented and they crossed our borders illegally, you said that wasn't a crime?
No, if someone's seeking asylum, it's not a criminal offense to be in another country.
Seeking
currently.
asylum is different than illegally crossing somebody's border, sir.
Without committing an actual crime, no, it's not illegal to be in the U.S. If you
Well,
are
no,
here
it's
for
not
that
illegal to
reason.
be
But
in
if you're
the
waiting
United
for like,
States, but
or for example, if
it's
your visa
illegal to cross the
expires,
border.
or like if your visa expires and you're working here, it's not illegal to be here. It's not a criminal offense.
But
They're
that's
not, they're
a
not
completely
criminals.
different situation.
That's
than
what I'm
just
talking
say
about, though.
Joe Schmo crosses the border.
Yeah, I agree, but the vast majority of the people they're deporting are in that situation. That's my big issue, right? If they wanted to focus on violent crime and criminals, then they could, but they are getting a lot of people who are not.
Well, I mean, sure, that's happening, sure, but I'm just focusing on the thing that you're presenting, saying that coming into another country illegally.
I said being
not a
here is not a
crime.
crime. I said being here is not a crime. And if you're seeking asylum, it's not a crime. If you are literally
Isn't that a
for
very
no
broad
reason.
thing to say, though? Is just being in America isn't a crime? So you would
Just
say
being
that
in America is
crossing
not a
the border
crime. That is true.
illegally
That's a
would be
true
crime.
statement. That's a true statement. Crossing the border with no claim at all would be an offense. It would be illegal. But again,
So-
like I
so if
said,
you
if you
cross the
overstayed your
border
visa and you were
illegally,
looking for an
would-
asylum claim, then you could be in another country.
But so if you cross the border illegally, so are you telling me all these people coming over the border are saying they're seeking asylum?
Not all of them. Not all of them have reasonable claims, but that's why we need a court system that can handle it. But not everyone.
But so I mean, I'm just trying to clarify here. So I mean, if you commit and say I sell marijuana to somebody, am I a criminal?
It depends what that state's laws are. But I mean, you could be, and I would not care at all about that because I don't think it should be a crime, and I want to make our community
Neither do
safer.
I can get with you on that.
So my
but
main
no,
goal
my
is making
point
communities
is that-
safer. Then you should be focusing on violent crimes, right? And people that are actually hurting people, not really just people that are just working. Because a lot of the raids are in workplaces, people doing their jobs, you know.
Well, sure, I get that, sir, but the point is that you can be a bad person or you could be a good person. If you break the law, you're still a criminal.
That's just stupid because Trump is a literal criminal, by the way. Like, Trump is an actual, like, convicted felon. So, I mean, under that, like, pretense, you're saying that the president's a terrible person just by nature of being a criminal.
I just said you can be a good person or a bad person. If you break the law, you're still a criminal. When did I ever say that Trump was terrible?
What does that say about your approach to immigration then? Because I think if someone has, like, for example, if they forget to, I don't know, file their taxes once, they're not going to be the same level as criminal as someone that's assaulting someone, right?
I mean, that's fair, but you know, when you break the law, and I'm just saying this in general, if you break the law and then 20 years later there's consequences for it, that doesn't necessarily mean the U.S. government is in the wrong, sir. You should have expected those consequences when you decided to cross another country's border illegally.
No, but I'm saying people that did not cross the border illegally. Are you hearing me? Because that's the vast majority of cases are not people that crossed illegally.
There's a subsection of people who are sure maybe they got detained by
Okay,
the
do you want to hear? Listen up,
immigration
listen. So Democrats, okay, Democratic policy, okay, when you cross the border illegally or commit a violent crime, There are no Democrats in America that would argue against the deportation for that person. The argument is for visa overstays and asylum claims. That's the two main topics that people are arguing over, and also for family separation after visa expiration and providing a path to citizenship for people who are already here working and who are peaceful members of communities that they have paid into for years. That's the big debate here. No Democratic policy, and you could say the Fox News framing or the right-wing framing as much as you want. No Democratic policy ever proposed ever would say that violent criminals or people who came illegally should not be deported. No one disagrees with that at all.
Well, the way you're making your case makes it sound like you said more than 50% of the people who are being arrested are nonviolent
are not criminals. Yes, they are not
seeking
criminals at
asylum.
all. Not criminals at all. Trump made his campaign about making American streets safer. So I don't know why they're going in workplaces and ripping people out of their workplaces when they're working and contributing to their communities when the entire goal was supposed to be violent crime.
Well, my
That's
point
my
is, sir,
point.
is that when I said that if you break the law, you're a criminal, you just went to me, well, our president's a criminal. But
Yeah, because saying something's illegal is not an argument. Saying something's illegal, not everything should be illegal. You have to say why it's illegal and what's going to be a better outcome for the future.
So do you think undocumented border crossings shouldn't be illegal?
If you are illegally entering a country and you're not going through the proper port of entry, then yeah, that's an illegal border crossing, you know?
So let's just say, 100,000 people came over illegally. What do you think we should do?
We should do the border bill or something like the border bill with different restrictions that Trump told them to vote against, which is expanding our capacity to handle asylum claims, immigration claims in general, having more court capabilities to handle the problem with, going through cases. And also, if there's a specific number they want to close the border down at, then they can make a number for it, which is what that bill did. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple different ways to manage that. But I'm talking about deportations, by the way. The deportations are the dumbest policy I've ever seen. And the fact that Trump wants to send people to Guantanamo Bay is insane.
I don't agree with the Guantanamo Bay thing. I'll
No one should. That's against America. I think that's against American principles in general. Even bringing that shit back is wild. I don't even know what they're gonna do because, like I said, the facilities there are for like 700 people.
We're coming back to the 100,000 people argument, just to add something on. So 100,000 people come over illegally. We're just using that number as a baseline. And your solution is that in our very, very slow bureaucracy we have in America, that your solution is to introduce a bill.
So there was a bill that would fundamentally change what's happening. Unless if you want a dictatorship, then I mean, we need to introduce a bill in Congress to fundamentally change our immigration system, like should have been done 50 years ago. We need to change the system and allocate funding that can fundamentally change how we approach it, because executive orders don't do shit to actually fix the immigration system. I mean, yeah, we have to do that. Like our governor should be our representatives should be able to govern or should be able to pass laws.
Well, I agree with that, sir. But like I said, the bureaucracy is very, very slow. And
they had a bill ready, and Trump said no. They had a bill ready. Trump told them to vote no, and they listened. They had a bill ready.
So, I'm just saying that your solution is to introduce a bill, but that doesn't immediately help the problem we have with 100,000 undocumented immigrants coming over our border. So, I mean, if you listen, they came into the country.
What problem is there? There's not one area.
Deported, and they still took the risk. Now, I'm not saying
it's illegal if you believe you have an asylum claim, as long as you do it within a year. If you believe you have an asylum claim, that's completely legal, though. If you would change the law, that's one thing, but that's illegal under our asylum law.
People coming over, at least 50% per your number, were legally seeking asylum and it went through all the process.
We need court cases to hear these things. We need our court systems and legal systems to happen in a just manner with due process. We need an actual system that can handle what's happening. That's what I said. I'm not saying all. I'm not being absolutist. I'm saying the actual answer is we need to fix the system. That's bigger than just spend all this money deporting people. We're spending $800,000 per flight for 80 people right now deporting. We're spending millions of dollars, maybe billions, every single day doing deportations of nonviolent, not only nonviolent criminals, but also just people who have not done any crime at all. Like, it's insane. It's a waste of American taxpayer dollars. You're taking people out of communities they've been in for years. You're ruining lives, and you're keeping a account with you have Dr. Phil doing a stream with it, make it into a reality TV show. That's just, in general, that's just anti-Christian, that's anti-America, that's anti just like reality and pragmatism. That's just like dumb.
Well, there needs to there needs to be an immediate solution. If you have all these people coming over, listen, I'm not a big fan of deportation either, But the whole thing is that there needs to be some sort of precedent set. With the last 10 years in this country, our border system has been mad, and you can't blame that all
Our
on
border
Trump
system has
pushing
always
back the
been
bill.
bad. I didn't blame it just on Trump, but I'm saying that Trump's policies make it worse. He makes the system worse. If your goal is having a good process for legal immigration, he's making the system worse, and he's ignoring constitutional rights. He's ignoring basic, like the Lake and Riley Act just takes away due process for immigrants in general. If you're accused of something, you have no court date to even see if you did a crime, that you can now be deported, even being accused of a crime after that law passed. All I'm saying is,
Well, if
we should be
you
looking
come
for.
into
And
the
if you're talking
country
about
illegally,
precedent,
that's a crime, right?
if you come in illegally without an asylum claim, then it would be a crime. If you
So
still
those
stay.
people would be criminals.
I told you what the numbers are. Already.
No,
We've been through
I'm not
this.
asking for specific numbers. Per your own rationalization, these people who are getting deported aren't criminals. But wouldn't crossing the border illegally in itself be a criminal act?
No, if you're seeking asylum. And like I said, we have the numbers on the people that are being deported right now. We could look at the numbers. We don't have to
But
do
you don't
hypotheticals.
have
We
the
know what the
numbers
numbers
on the
are.
people who
Yes,
are
we do.
seeking
Yes, we
asylum.
do.
You're
We have the
saying that
numbers on who
this-
got deported. Where you have the numbers on who got deported and who actually did a violent crime out of those deported. And it's a small percentage.
But that has nothing to do with seeking asylum, sir.
It has to do
You're
with a dumb
stating-
deportation. If you want to, do you want to change
No, you're
asylum
not
law? That's a different
you're-
conversation. I'm
you're-
talking about the deportations. I'm talking about the deportations. Stop bringing up other shit. I'm
That's
talking
what
about deportations.
asylum has to do with. You're getting mad.
No,
and
it
going in a
doesn't. He's
ring around.
deporting people. He wants to deport people that are not committing violent crimes, which is not what the American people wanted.
So this is crazy, sir. You're throwing me off here because listen. So they had an expectation. They all knew if they crossed the border illegally that they could get deported, and they took that risk, sir. They knew
Like
in
I
their
said,
head.
the number of people that were
And no,
deported
I
who were
forgot
tracked
what I
by the
was gonna say.
system.
You're talking about you keep deflecting.
America
when I
is
say,
the
you said that
America
all
has
these
made it
people were
clear.
seeking
Our asylum
asylum.
laws are very clear. I'm not saying all of them. I didn't say all of them. I said
You
what
said more
percentages
than
did.
50%.
No. I said, okay, listen to me. Okay, can you do it?
Now you're being insulting.
Can you listen? Can you listen? Because you're not paying attention at all to what I'm saying. Can you listen for a second?
I am, and I'm coming back with rebuttals.
Okay,
I'll listen
so
to
what I
you
said
have to
is,
say.
listen. What I said is, okay, I agreed with you on there is illegal immigration that does exist, okay, and there are people who are waiting for court dates for asylum. But from the numbers we have of people that have been in the U.S. and the deportation so far, when it comes to violent crimes, that's been like 20% of the deportation so far. Another 25% has been people with criminal histories at all, and there's other percent with which is we just don't know. And then like 40% we know, for example, have done zero crime at all, except the civil offense, for example, of overstaying a visa. So that's my concern. Okay, is they're getting people that overstayed visas, grouping them in with violent criminals. Okay. And they're removing due process. They're detaining American citizens by accident, including military vets, including just random families from Puerto Rico who are shopping at the supermarket. That's the big issue with what's happening right now. And Trump is setting quotas. And if you know anything about law enforcement or about border patrol or about literally anything to do with like militarization of anything, if you have quotas, that's terrible. It's stupid. You should be dealing with the violent crime if that's the goal. And that should be the only goal. It should not be running up the numbers. The goal should not be running up the numbers as high as possible, just so you can get your like stats posted. That's my biggest claim right now with the deportations.
A very big amount of illegal immigration. You can't tell me that even 35% of those people sought asylum. That's not even accurate. You're acting like all these people tried to go through the due process to seek asylum. They didn't. We had hundreds of thousands of them, and I guarantee you, they didn't go about seeking asylum because per your own words, the system's so messed up, then why would they seek asylum? It'd be easier for them to just cross the border illegally.
You realize every system, everything you hear where there's a system where someone gets a phone and gets housing and all that kind of stuff, they're being tracked under the system and they have a court date that they're waiting for, right? You know that, right? But it's backed up.
That doesn't
Like, the
account
system
for
is
the
backed up.
majority of people, though, which is how you're treating it. You're treating it as if these people did not commit a crime. They're not criminals. And I'm just saying, like I said, you can be a good person, you can be a bad person. If you break the law, by definition, you are still a criminal. And they broke the law. So are you saying that there shouldn't be consequences for illegally crossing our border?
I'm literally telling you. I told you I don't disagree but I told you the numbers that they're deporting so far. So do you agree with me that it's bad that they're deporting people who have not commit crimes?
Crossing the border is illegally is a crime.
I'm saying out of the people, okay, listen again, very carefully. Remember, when I say that 45% or 40% of the deportations so far have not committed a crime, I'm including in that group, they are all people who did not cross the border illegally. 50% to 55% of the deportations have been people who either crossed illegally or they commit a violent crime, okay? But the other 45% are people who did not commit a crime. Under your same standard, you could say again, you're confused because isn't crossing the border a crime? Yes. You can say crossing the border in those circumstances, if there's not an asylum claim, is a crime, but we know already who they're deporting, okay? And out of that number, a large chunk are people that are just working really hard to support their families who have been promised a pathway to citizenship by the past like 6 presidential administrations and never saw it. And they just kept working hard and have never done anything bad except support their family. And they were told again and again, we're going to fix the immigration system, and it never happened. You understand what I'm saying? You're bringing up like a completely different thing.
I understand what you're saying, but
you're saying, but you're going to say again, but if they cross illegally, shouldn't there be consequences? Yes, I'm saying those, a big portion of who's being deported did not do that. Okay, they did not do something illegal. It's been determined.
So
that's
you're
what I'm saying.
saying that more than 50% of the people who have been deported did not come into the country illegally?
I said 40 to 45%. We don't have perfect numbers on it, but a decent.
So that
chunk,
would be more than
chunk.
50%.
No, 40 to 45%. That's less than 50.
So, well, you're like coming back. Your solution isn't going to solve anything.
What solution? I didn't give any solutions.
You said that we need a bill.
Yeah, we need to increase the chance to look for asylum claims, or to settle asylum claims at legal ports of entry. Yeah. And we need to work with other countries too, to hear claims, which is what we're doing already. Mexico in 2022 invested $1.5 billion in their systems to handle immigration when Biden talked with them. Biden got Mexico to invest in immigration, 1.5 billion, I believe, or is it 2.5 or 2.2 billion, something like that. So those processes are getting better and better and better, which is why before Biden left, his final 6 months, we had pre-pandemic border crossing numbers. Because the system got a lot better. But we're talking about the deportations right now, the violation of rights in general, and also just a really stupid, expensive policy that's removing people who are not violent in America, who are members of communities all around the country, who need a chance to, a path to citizenship, but don't have a chance to get one. And like I said before, violent crimes, no Democrat who's in Congress or the House or Joe Biden, okay, none of them ever disagreed with that. And also for illegal immigration, Barack Obama and Joe Biden did more deportations in terms of number and also percent. A larger percent of immigrants were deported under Obama and under Biden. And that's the big debate is what do we do with the people who are here, okay, not illegal, but who have committed civil offenses, all right, so like a violation. How do we give them a path to citizenship? Because it makes no sense to kick people out of the country, spending all that money when we could just make them, members of our communities like they already are.
Why would we want to make them members of the community if they're making civil infractions?
Because they're hardworking people, and
all of them?
They never did anything wrong.
They never did anything wrong.
Yep.
That's you assuming that all these people haven't done anything wrong in their lives, but that's
so. This is a human being. This is a human. A lot of people. Okay, so there's a path to citizenship. It doesn't guarantee it, but a lot of people have been here working for 5 or 10 years, maybe 15, on working visas. Have a family here. Their kids are citizens. They have been working here for 15 years. They've been members of communities. They've been paying taxes without getting anything back from the government. They've been paying in with no representation. They can't vote in federal elections. They can't vote in most local elections unless if they live in certain places. So yeah, those people are just, positives in America. They're additions to America. I would love to keep them here.
Let me use this as an argument. Say I'm homeless. Say me and my family are homeless, and we go into a Walmart and we stay in the back storage room, and we've lived there 25 years, and somebody catches us. Do you think Walmart should let us stay in there because we clean the store at night, we take care of it?
I mean, you could use other examples that don't make any sense if you want, but I'm talking about the people that are working in our communities.
I mean, isn't that
I'm not deflecting. I'm talking about the actual issue that's happening. Can you engage with the reality of what's happening, or do you need another hypothetical? That's my point. That's the main thing.
I don't don't know why you're being so insulting, sir. Honestly, I'm just coming at you with political arguments.
Because
and
if I wanted to, I know you're using political arguments, but if I wanted to, I could just bring up like you're bringing up like standards of law and crime and all that stuff. I don't want to bring up the freaking January 6th pardons of the guys that beat cops with lead pipes to the point of having strokes. They lost eyeballs, lost fingers. 140 cops broken. 140 cops injured. Multiple cops died by suicide because they had nonstop strokes, and many of them have permanent brain damage and also lifelong disabilities now. The fact that Trump pardoned all of them.
You just said how you don't want to bring up January 6th.
I did not want to bring it up, but you're talking about legal standard. You're talking about because you're talking about legal standard. I care about our country and our law enforcement. Okay, so when we talk about this issue, it's a big deal, especially when the people that Trump pardoned beat the crap out of cops, and they a few of them were child predators, by the way. Known child predators, and he pardoned them because they were there fighting at the Capitol for him. So if we talk about legal standard, then Trump is breaking that for everything. So when we talk about legal standard or like the reinforcement, the incentivization, I'm talking about. So like I want to keep but this is the difference between us. This is the difference. No, listen. This is the difference between us. I'm talking about listen. I'm talking about people that have been living here, working hard, supporting their families, paying taxes. They're well known in communities. I'm talking about why are we deporting them? And then also, they commit a minor civil infraction, whatever. And then why are we releasing violent criminals who are child predators from January 6th? Why are we releasing them into the open, letting violent criminals back into our communities, violent radicals who are anti-American back into our communities? Meanwhile, we're going to deport someone who's been working their entire life, supporting this country and supporting their communities and supporting their kids and supporting their families. The goal should be, like Trump said, if he really wants to do his campaign promises, violent criminals. That's what he made his entire campaign about. He never talked about the immigration system because he doesn't have any ideas. Trump has zero ideas on how to actually fix immigration. He's never talked about anything with immigration other than the wall and deportations. I'm just saying, in general, we're talking about the entire society that we're looking for. I'm caring about good things. You care about just like your ideology. That's the thing. I'm doing an analytical look at this. You're doing an ideological, political look at it.
You're making a broad assumption about my character, just like you made a broad.
No, I'm not making an assumption about your character. I'm just looking at your focuses when you call in. I'm looking at your focus.
You can't even let me get a talking point out. You'd be good on Piers Morgan.
Because you're using all talking points. That's the issue. And don't watch Piers Morgan. I can tell you've been watching it.
What a debate is separate talking points.
I'm looking for solutions that can help America be better. I'm not looking for talking point wins. That's why I didn't want to bring up January 6th, but I need to when you're bringing up a bunch of bullshit political points. So it's hard.
You didn't even need January 6th has nothing to do with what we're talking about. What you introduced is a whataboutism. What about this?
Dude, you're using the word whataboutism? Are you a Trump sexual? Like, chill. Like, if we talk about like the systems at
you
play,
won't even let me talk.
You use legal precedent and legal standard and reinforcement as a reason to deport peaceful, really hardworking, great people from our country. And are you okay with like the January 6th pardons if you're going to be using like that condemnation of immigration and civil and minor civil infractions of overstaying visas?
I don't really have an opinion on the January 6th thing.
See, and that's why you're pathetic. And that's why you're pathetic, because you can't have an opinion on beating the shit out of cops to try to overturn it. Yeah, because you can't have an opinion about beating the shit out of cops, but you can have an opinion about someone having a minor civil infractions, overstaying a visa when they did nothing to hurt anyone. You can be really angry about that, but you won't be angry at all because you're a Trump sexual. You are a Trump sexual. You are a Trump sexual. Your entire ideology is worshiping that dumbass. You have no idea how to critically think for yourself. You are following him because you are weak. You are weak, so you have to follow him. You don't care about the cop beaters. You don't care about them or the child predators. I don't care who you voted for.
Then why'd you just say that I was a Trump supporter?
Because you are. You're a Trump sexual. You're not a Trump supporter. You're a Trump sexual. Totally different things.
Wouldn't that be some sort of phobic against somebody's sexuality?
Nope. It's not a sexuality. It's a disorder.
Okay. Well, can we come back to the Walmart argument? Because you said it made no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
So you would keep them in Walmart?
Sure, man. They could live in Walmart. Good for them.
Well, sir,
we're not talking about squatters. We're not talking about squatters, right? We're not talking about squatters. We're not talking about squatters' rights. We're talking about what I said, the actual issue.
Somebody's living in a place where they shouldn't be living for 20 years, and somebody finds out that they're living there, we should just let them stay, right?
If I hire someone to work for me and I get them to move their entire family to my community, and I hire them for a long time, and I say, you're on a visa right now, but we're working on a path to citizenship, and this person works hard for 10 years, 15 years, has a kid because they meet people, they're humans. If I invite that person to work here, especially under visa, and they overstay it, I think it's my fault for not giving them the opportunity to become a member of the community, to become a citizen. It's our fault. It's our failure as Americans.
Deported aren't ones who applied for visas and stuff.
You realize Okay, so you agree with me. You agree with me on the ones that do have visas and overstayed.
I
We should
also
give them a
have
path to
something, and
citizenship.
this is completely different. I
So
don't
do you
know.
think we
I
should give a path
called
to
you
citizenship for
because
those who
I
have
thought we were
visas?
going to have an intellectual debate, and
You aren't responding to one of my points. You're not responding to
insult.
one of my points. You're not responding to one of my points. Don't cry
Because you
about it.
keep fucking
Don't cry. Don't
talking
cry. Don't
over
cry.
me,
Don't cry.
bro.
Stop
You won't
crying.
let me
I asked you
have a
one clear
fucking
question. I asked you a
opinion.
clear question. A clear question. Would you give someone, and
I'm
under
not
that
gonna answer
circumstance,
your questions
would you
when
give
you
them?
grandstand and speak over me the entire time.
If you can't handle real questions because you're bringing up a bunch of bullshit pivots, stop pivoting. You're gonna break your ankles. Okay, focus on the topic I just brought up. Would you allow someone with a visa who's been working here? We talked about a path to citizenship. Do you think it's good to give them a path to citizenship?
You could have never been in debate, bro. I went to state for debate.
Are you gonna keep on? Oh, you went to state for debate. You are a Trump sexual, bro. You went to state for debates. Oh man, I'm so scared for your debate class. Are you gonna use more whataboutisms on me, guys? Oh wow, you were in the debate class. That's so cool. That's so awesome.
Bro,
You obviously you must have been one of those special editions. Did you join that debate club off of Title IX? Did Title IX force them to put you on the team or something? Is that how you got into the debate club?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to understand why when you resort to personal insults, when you believe that your line of your argument
No. You're pivoting,
compromised.
pivot. It's not compromised at all. I'm completely logically founded in my beliefs. You have no idea what's happening in the real world. You want to bring up Walmart, but I'm talking about real people, real events.
I mean, it's a
Walmart?
comparison. It's a
Is
hypothetical.
this Walmart? No, we don't need a comparison. We can talk about the actual issue. We don't need a comparison. We have it right there. You just talk about what's actually happening and what the law should be.
I don't understand why you get so angry and you result to insulting me.
I'm not angry at all. I'm smiling, Betty. I'm smiling.
Have I said anything mean to you this entire time? Or
Are
have
you
I kept my
crying?
head
Okay,
level?
if you're gonna keep crying, I'll talk to someone else who's not gonna cry. If you can't handle the
Well,
conversation, I'll talk to someone else who's not gonna cry. If they're not gonna cry, I'll talk to them. I
Somebody
promise.
else then, dipshit.
Oh, dipshit! You call me a dipshit. Oh boy, sorry.
Yeah, I did. I'm not even Southern, bro.
Damn.
Go get laid.
Go get laid, bro. He won that debate. He said, "Go get laid." That means you're confident. Yeah, that was good. That's good. Good conversation. Dunning-Kruger effect. Wow. All right, nice. Oh my god, dude. That guy hates America. If you don't believe that America has failed hardworking people by not fixing our immigration system, if you don't believe we failed people, you don't want to take personal responsibility. You're a weak man. You're a weak person in general. You're weak. You're weak. I care about hardworking people. I care about the messages of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I care about taking a step back and really thinking about what's going to be best for my neighbors, and be best for the entire world. And I care about not being a dumbass. So that's the big conflict here. All right, I'm gonna try a new stream title. 1 second. All right, let's try this. You can go to the horizontal stream. I'm restarting the shorts stream really quick. You can go to the horizontal. He's gaslighting all of us. Did you learn that term at college or something? Bro, imagine using college to get your terms. Gaslighting? Go get a liberal arts degree somewhere else. Like, for real, dude. All right, 1 second. Let me restart the stream. All right, let's see what kind of title we could use here. Now, the key thing to make sure we pay attention to in those conversations is how would a normal person view that conversation? So, obviously, the more funny stuff is cringe, but also appealing to hardworking people, making smart decisions, not being emotionally driven is probably the best route. But it's hard when you have someone like that, because I am coming in gaslighting from his ex-wife. I am coming from a genuine perspective. So if someone's going to be talking to me in a very political way, that's very driven by terrible motives, we have to catch that right away. Because when someone wants to make you look bad in the conversation versus having a conversation, it's really easy for them to look better. Because if you call them out for that, it's going to be difficult. But obviously, I said multiple times what the actual issue was that I was talking about. That guy avoided that every time. And he probably is happy just to see immigrants get kicked out. And also, in general, bringing up Piers Morgan alone tells me you have major brain issues. So, like, it's just kind of how it is, you know? All right, I'm putting this shorts stream back up really quick. 1 second. Oh, wait. Did I do that for this? Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. You ready to talk? Well, if you want to book a call in, I appreciate the $5 super chat, but you got to send. I don't know if you did already. But the only way to guarantee a call in is if you cash out me $50 to Jola Politics. There's not really 50, it's $10, but same thing applies. That's the only way to guarantee a call in. So thank you for your $5 super chat, but you gotta donate to Venmo. $20. $20 to Venmo or Cash App or PayPal, dude. Leave your name and your phone number. First name and your phone number on Venmo or Cash App. First calls go to the highest bidders. Nice. Please tell him to answer me. Oh, everyone wants attention. Wait, what did I just do? Oh yeah, I wanted to. Never mind. I remember. Where's the Venmo link? My Venmo is Drola Politics. You just go on there. It's my business Venmo. You just put like send whatever, and then you type in Drola Politics. That's the @ you send it to on Cash App and everything. But you have to make sure you send a message with your first name and your phone number. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Okay. Wait a second. I have to do this stream. Okay. 5 concurrent viewers. Perfect. Who won the 2020 election? That guy said, isn't... Bro, when that guy said... When that guy... Wait, yeah, dude, requesting money for people to be able to speak in politics is a terrible look. Shut up. Go cry somewhere else, bro. Go cry. Go cry somewhere else. It's my time. They want to talk on my platform. They want to take up my precious hour or 20 minutes or half hour, and I actually talk to people. They want to talk in front of 500 people, 1,000 people, whatever. They could pay if they want to jump ahead of line. If not, then it's all random. But there is an option. It's free to call in. It's free to call in. It's free to email me. You can email me too and schedule a time to call. But if you want to hop in and demand that I call you first, you can donate money. That's the standard. Okay, so doing that. All right, we got that election down there. Election, and then we're going to do Discord. We need some Discord. Trump sexual is daddy, it's me. True. Perfect. Nice. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. I. Mustard on the beat, ho. Free throw, man down. Call the ambulance. Tell him breathe, bro. He's walking around like Tizo. Okay. Hello. Where are my eggs, Donnie? Donnie, where are the eggs, Donnie?
President Trump directing the Pentagon and DHS to prepare to hold up to 30,000 undocumented migrants at Guantanamo Bay.
Wait. I have my chat open, right? It's all open. It's not on. Okay, good. Thank God. I thought it was on subscriber only again. Put a poll up on who won that last debate? No. If I put up what can fly better? If I put up a poll that said what can if I put up a poll that said what can take flight better, a bird or Donald Trump, they would vote Donald Trump. Like it's not even it's not even something I need to do. Like Trump can fly better than the bird. Nice. Thank you for the donation. Now I call you. Thank you. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah,
Hello, this is Jola Talks Politics. May I take your order?
yeah, what's going on, Jola? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know if you remember, it was probably a week or so ago. I happened to be home, and I couldn't get to call you. This is my second time catching you, just randomly.
Awesome. Are you on speakerphone or regular phone?
I'm on my phone. I'm using a headset. Can you hear me okay?
Okay, you're super quiet. I could try to turn you up.
That's probably why I have to speak up a little bit more. I'm in a hotel room, so I don't want to raise my voice.
Okay, one second. Let me
Then
just fix your audio real quick. Desktop filters. All right, can you talk again quick?
Okay, how about now?
All right, that should be good. All right, so yeah,
Okay.
what's up? You can start again. Sorry.
Well, it's I'm just kind of showing up recently because I don't know if you remember me from about a week or so ago. I usually just catch you. You just seem to be on the algorithm for some reason, and you want people to prove you wrong, or what's really going on?
I mean, pretty much any conversation is cool. I just have the title and everything to get people on here first, and then we have conversations after that. So I mean, my conversations are usually a lot less obnoxious than the titles are.
Okay. All right. Well, I might as well introduce myself. I'm East Chill in the chat. My name is Eric. And I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Well, first of all, I'm going to compliment you, Jola, because you have a really good formula going on here, a very good formula. The fact that people will call you to argue with you or the whatnot to go against your opinion, however the stance is, you're doing a good job. You found a way to make some money. You're monetized without having to worry about the YouTube partnerships. Very cool. But I'm really curious. What makes you so against what Trump is?
I mean, the cliche example is that he just wants loyalty from everyone. He's said multiple times, and people that he confirms or his nominees have said that they believe he's pretty much above the Constitution and above our checks and balances. And I think that's against our founding documents. I think that's against like the Christian religion in general. I think it's against, in general, like January 6th, for example, pardoning the people that beat the crap out of cops with lead pipes in their own shields. When multiple cops had permanent brain damage, 140 total got injured, but permanent brain damage, losing fingers, one lost an eyeball, strokes nonstop, to the point where the strokes were so bad that multiple cops killed themselves to get out of their misery after being violently beaten. And a lot of those people that were there that day too are child predators that Trump just pardoned. And he called the rioters us, and the police officers them. After January 6th, Trump said they are violent criminals that should be in jail. But once he realized he can get free from the law, he switched his position. So I see that, and I'm like, that person's dishonest. That person obviously liked what happened that day with the way he's talking now. And yeah, pardoning every single person, not even just nonviolent ones, is insane. I think that's the most anti-American thing I've ever seen a president do, probably.
You think that's the most anti-American thing?
Yeah, I mean, just in a sense of like spitting in the face of what American values typically are. Yeah, because I mean, you can talk about things like abroad, for example, but this is something that happened in our capital. The first time an election certification was delayed, and yeah, the Nazi flag and Confederate flag being in the Capitol building on that day, and then pardoning those people that beat the crap out of cops with their own shields and with an American flag, with a flagpole. That's just like symbolically, and also just in general, it's just like, yeah, the fact that we're just okay with that now is kind of crazy, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that it's that we're okay with it. I don't agree what happened on January 6th, the same way I don't agree what happened when the Rainbow community decided to storm the Capitol the way they did. When there are extremists on either sides, this is the things that happen. Could you at least agree with that?
Well, the extremists on the right-wing side have multiple groups that identify as white nationalist and neo-Nazi adjacent. The people you're talking about are just people that kind of offend you with their social identities, and they do advocate, aggressively sometimes. But even for BLM, a lot of the fires were done by Boogaloo Boys. So I mean, a lot of it is just chaos agents trying to cause a wreckage. But the only actual like organized militia groups in the U.S. right now are all on the right.
What is Boogaloo? What does that mean?
Boogaloo Boy is essentially, and you can Google it. I believe at the one George Floyd protest, they believe that they should empower both radical sides. So they actually went to the BLM riots, and a lot of the fires from BLM were set by Boogaloo Boys, and they even claimed it. They got arrested for it. So they're like pro-radical. They don't care if it's right wing or left wing. They just want to see society collapse. But yeah, I mean, yeah. And Trump wants to deputize a lot of these groups now, like the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, and I just don't think that's good.
Do you really think that that's a difference of you saying Trump deputizing people who are on that far right to the same breath of how they allowed a man / woman / whatever they describe themselves as to flash themselves or whatever's under their chest or on their chest? Don't you think that's kind of like endorsing that kind of behavior, as there are children that watch these programs on daytime television? Don't you think that's kind of like in the same family of allowing that extreme behavior to be endorsed by someone who is the commander-in-chief in office?
Yeah, but you're really, and I'm going to be a little bit offensive, but your really emotional view of what's wrong is different from a physical act of violence and against the American Constitution and police officers. So I mean, we're talking about police officers dying from the result of traumatic brain injuries versus like a gay person being gay in public.
I understand. Let me interject. We're talking about violence on two different angles now. What about the harm that it takes to indoctrinate children into taking these sex changes and taking these hormone pills and doing things that are against things that they just can't understand in the long run? You talk about the police officers who can end up killing themselves. How about when Dave Chappelle went on stage and talked about his friend that killed himself because he or she, excuse me if I get the pronoun wrong, was chastised so badly by their own LGBT community? Isn't that in the same breath?
Not at all. It's not even remotely similar. And also the idea that kids are indoctrinated.
Okay,
being
explain to me how it is.
Not right.
Explain to me how that's a form of violence on a person on that side is different. Because kids don't
choose to be gay or trans. And when we have like 98% of kids or 99% of kids following through with being gay or trans after identifying as that, then we have really good numbers to say that, yeah, if someone's, gay or trans at a young age, they might change their mind for sure. So that's why, we don't let kids have irreversible surgeries, for example. But yeah, the vast majority of people continue to be trans or gay because it's just like how they are.
They don't choose to be gay or trans. Yeah, kids don't choose to be gay or trans because their parents were allowed to choose for them.
No, that's not true at all. You can't just force someone. Can you be gay? Are you gay?
That's
gay?
Not true at all. What do you mean that's
gay?
not true at all?
Are you gay?
No, does it matter if I'm gay or not?
Yeah, because how did you choose?
I
want to know how you chose to be gay.
Jola, hold on for a second, sir. This is what I noticed you do, and I don't even watch you for that long. I watch you about 15 minutes at a time, and this is the second time. As soon as I start to make a point, you do things like repeat yourself in order to just do this weird thing that you're doing. Everybody in the chat sees it. Why do you do that instead of just answer the question?
What was your question?
My question is, are kids choosing or are the parents choosing for them? See, I still remember. I'm very good at this, Jola.
There is no choice. I mean, I know people that were gay and tried to not be gay, did not work. I know people that's why like conversion shock therapy never worked. Conversion therapy does not work. People don't just become not gay.
There is no choice.
And
but
being
the parents
gay,
have
like
the
being
choice to give them
being attracted to men.
No, not being gay, but choosing their gender as a child.
Oh, if a parent is literally like saying from like a 2-year-old, like I'm gonna choose this child's gender or whatever, then I think that's bad. But again, like that's not even somewhat. That's such a small percentage. I could probably find a handful of people that are even like that. But talking about like the LGBT community as a whole, like it's not even somewhat represented by that. If you're talking about that, I mean that's extreme, but
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make to you, Joel. When we get to these extremes, on one
but
side,
no, I don't know
and
one person that supports that though. Like a baby being told what their gender is. Like it's different if you're
of
supportive
course
of a kid.
you don't know anybody personally that supports that, but you know that there are people that support that. Just like I
and
don't
there's
know
people
any
in America
white
that vote
supremacists.
for. I mean, okay, so if we're gonna be using, are you saying that every single Trump supporter is a white supremacist?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that there are people that you were talking about who are white supremacists that are more likely to support Trump as the opposite end of. There
Well, I
are
just
more
know like a
people
lot of
who
gay
are.
people and a lot of
Can I
trans people,
finish,
and none of
Jola?
them are
Can
okay
I
with
finish?
like none of them are okay
Can I
with just like
finish?
telling kids what their
Can I
gender
finish?
is. It's
Can
pretty
I
accepting
finish?
environment, pretty open.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Can you?
I'm finished.
A lot of men can't. There
Shout out to
are
South Park.
solutions for it.
So the point I'm trying to make is there are white supremacists on Trump's side, which is the right. They're white supremacists because that's just that support. It just happens to be on that side. The extremists are usually called white supremacists. Just like on the left side, the people who are in the LGBT community are more than likely going to be those extremists.
More than
Not
likely,
all
it's
of them.
carrying a lot of weight there, though. But it's like
Okay.
you're talking about like 0.001% of all LGBT people. They're going to be extremists that convince their kids that they're dogs. That is child abuse.
Exactly.
But the issue is that the people on the right
Okay,
call
we
every single
agree
gay
with
person, every single
something.
trans
We're
person.
moving.
No, but they call every single trans person, every single gay person a groomer, for example. The fact that you're comparing like beating
Not
the
all
shit out
of
of
them.
cops on January 6th to gay people is just stupid. Like it's just a dumb opinion.
No. I'm not comparing to beating someone. I'm comparing what happens in the mental capacity of someone that storms the Capitol. Cops didn't know what to do. They killed themselves, like you said. And then on the opposite end, when you're forcing kids to do certain things, you're indoctrinating people to believe a certain belief, and then
You're not
they get
indoctrinating
chastised
kids
by
to
I'm not
believe
finished
something.
yet. I'm not
I don't care if
finished
you're not.
yet,
Okay, you're saying
Jola.
bullshit. You're
I'm
saying
not
bullshit. You're
done
saying the dumbest shit. You're
yet.
saying some of the dumbest shit
Every
of all time.
time I'm getting ready to make
You're
a
saying some of
point,
the
he
dumbest shit
interrupts
of all time. You're not
me.
making one
What's
point.
happening, Jola? So when
All right, someone else call in. All right. Nice. Oh goodness. Goodness gracious. Who is Huberverse? He's an old man. That's a private thing. Mr. Huberverse. In chat, how are you doing? Still doing music?
Call from
Steve.
Oh, Jesus. Hello.
Hi, is this Jola?
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, yeah. I'm not here to argue or anything. I just stumbled upon this in my YouTube Shorts when I was going through YouTube Shorts, and I found this pretty cool. Keep arguing with them Trump supporters. I just love seeing them cope and succeed. I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep on listening to people compare white supremacist mobs beating up cops to gay people being gay.
So that's the hypothesis of this live stream that you're going off on?
No, the last guy that called in was just saying that people being gay and being gay and like storming the Capitol and beating up cops is the same thing. It's the same level of radical ideology, of course.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a rabbit hole in and of itself. Yeah, keep doing the good work.
Yeah, I
I'll
like
be
the chat
watching.
mad. Yeah, the trans people are women. All trans people are women. Doesn't matter. Okay. All right, thank you for calling in.
No problem.
Be around. All trans people are women. I don't care if you're trans man or trans girl, you're trans woman, okay? All trans people are women. That's the real answer that we're looking for. No, the issue is I'm not going to debate a propagandist who's just looking for a chance to make political points. I'm looking to have actual conversations. I do like that I have hate watchers now, though. It is a sign of channel growth.
I'm not going to debate a propaganda.
Hello. What's up? I answered you. Hello. I can hear myself. What's up?
Yeah, I'm by myself, so I'm not trying to create propaganda. It's just you don't have a whole lot of the facts straight, honestly. You're comparing gay people to the riot, right?
No, the last caller, I brought up how I think pardoning January 6th people that beat up cops to the point where they had brain damage, permanent disabilities, lost eyeballs, lost fingers, beating them with flagpoles. I just said that was un-American. And the last caller said that's the same thing as gay people saying it's okay to be gay. That was the big debate.
Okay. Like, I understand the violence isn't right, but
And I
you
don't think
also,
any reasonable
in the
person would
last
believe what that last person said, but yeah, you go ahead.
but you also got to see it from the other side, which apparently you don't like to see because you feel like you need to have a superiority complex.
Okay, what's the other side?
when
What's the
you
other side?
feel like-
What's the other side?
The other side, the LGBTQ community, literally you said that the parents don't have the right to tell their kids. You have
Yeah,
a
a parent
choice.
cannot tell their kid what their
Yes,
gender is
they
going to
can.
be or
They
what
have
their
all
sexuality
legal
is.
rights until they turn 18. Do you not know the medical system?
A parent cannot, okay,
Yes, they
tell a
can.
kid they need to be gay.
Yes, they can.
No, they
A-
just can't.
A
They
parent
cannot do
can
that.
literally have them do a
You're saying a parent can force a
transgender
kid to be
surgery.
gay? A parent can force a kid to be trans and get a trans surgery.
Yeah, which is terrible.
What kind of, okay, are you high?
No, I'm not.
Are you drunk?
No,
Are you Trump sexual?
no.
Okay,
I just
where did
look
you
at
hear
facts.
about this magical place from where parents can force their kids to undergo trans surgeries or gender
It's
affirming
literally
surgeries?
happening all over the country. You
Where?
didn't hear about the kids who literally had. It's happening in California.
So
it's
if a-
happening in
if a
Texas,
parent
it's
says-
happening in New Mexico, it's happening in Wyoming, it's happening in Colorado. You want me to keep going, or are you
It's
just
not,
gonna keep
these things
interrupting
are,
people
okay,
like
you can
you've
be,
been doing the
I think
whole
we
thing?
need to call a crisis support line for you because you are hallucinating
Oh,
or
because
delusional.
you think that I'm unwell.
No,
You're
you
very
are.
unwell
You
too.
are. No, no. I'm
not
here
unwell.
for you, brother. But you think something's happening that's completely fabricated. Who told you this? Where did you hear this from?
It's not fabricated.
No,
You
but
can
where did you hear
see
this
it
from?
happening across.
Okay, if you go outside and think people are trans, I'm sorry, but you need to go see a doctor. Okay, but where are you hearing this from?
Literally, it's happening all over. I've read the fucking news.
Well, there's dogs outside that grew wings and they're flying now. There's flying dogs.
Yeah,
And they were
also,
falling, and
isn't
there's
that
cats
so-
too, and it's called raining
So
cats
are
and
you
dogs.
are you a heterosexual? Is that what we need to go? You're calling me Trump
Oh, that's pretty
sexual,
lame.
or you're a heterosexual?
Yes.
Oh no! If you want to just insult people, like we can go
I'm not
that
insulting
way.
you. I'm not insulting you. I'm
you
just,
called me
I'm
a Trump
concerned for
sexual.
you.
You said that I'm mentally
I'm sorry.
unwell.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not say you're mentally unwell.
Yes, you
Bro.
did. You said we should call a crisis center. Am I wrong?
You're saying,
on
okay,
that?
okay, where did you hear about this stuff from?
Literally, if you read topics, go on Google, not read TikTok like you. That's probably all you do.
I don't use TikTok.
Because a lot of people do. You probably use Instagram, something.
I don't use Instagram,
Right?
Instagram either.
I feel like that's a lie because
I
how
go
else do
outside.
you monetize yourself?
I
other than
post
just
on there.
using-
Okay, actually, I do post on it on TikTok, but I don't.
yeah,
I don't like.
so,
I don't use
don't
TikTok.
try to lie. See, that's
I don't.
your
I don't.
thing.
I do not
You like
watch
to create
TikToks.
lies.
I go on TikTok and post and get out of there as soon as possible. It's a toxic wasteland. I cannot watch on TikTok. I will die.
Yeah, because a lot of it's AI.
Okay,
So
let's
is
find
the
out.
stuff
Is
that
there
you
one
watch on
state?
there-
Is there a state where a parent can force a kid to become trans?
Yes,
What state? Allows parents to force a kid to become
California.
trans?
California. It's the biggest freaking state. They can force a kid. Your parent can force you to get a transgender surgery. Do you not realize that messes with the puberty? Your body has to go through the natural process of going through those hormones.
So tell me about yourself, brother. Northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast.
I
You don't
live
gotta
in the
say a state.
Midwest.
Midwest. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you from like
Why does
you
that
know,
make sense?
Appalachia? Are you from like Appalachia kind of thing?
No. Wisconsin.
Okay. Oh well, that's like, yeah, I guess that's missing by a decent amount. What is the biggest industry there? Like industry for economically? Like we have a lot of coal some places. We have some, some steel.
We got cheese, we got steel, we got iron.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, anyways, there's no state that like allows a parent to force a kid to
Yes,
become
they do.
trans. It's just not.
Yes, they do.
I can't even find a
Look
source
in
to
the book.
disprove you. What book? Look in the book. What book? The Bible? Does it say this in the Bible?
It's not even in the Bible.
I read the Bible. I don't know if it says that in there. Okay, can you? I'm sorry. I don't know where. Are you a troll? I don't know what to do.
I'm not being a troll. California can literally force their parent. A parent
You
from
can force your
California can
parents?
force their kid to get trans.
It's just not true. It's not a thing that's happening. I mean, and if you do believe that, you unironically probably do need help. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not even insulting you. Like, that's a delusional thing.
Oh,
to think
that's why
is
in
happening.
Wisconsin I literally know somebody and I worked with them and their parents forced them to get a transgender surgery. You want to really go? I worked with a person like that. And
You
guess
think that's
what?
like
They
a-
killed themselves after.
Well, I guess I mean, can you, I can't argue with that story. I met, I was walking through Philadelphia. No, I was walking through Philadelphia, and I actually met Michael Jordan there. And Michael Jordan whispered in my ear. He said,
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he
yes,
didn't.
yes, he
Shut
did.
the fuck up.
Michael Jordan literally told me
No,
that, bro.
'cause nobody
How can you
likes
prove me
to
wrong?
meet
How do you
Michael
know? I
Jordan.
was there.
Do you
You're
not
not
know
there. I
that?
met Michael
Everybody
Jordan.
who said
I
they
met
met
Michael Jordan
Michael
yesterday, dude. He told me trans kids cannot be forced to be trans by their parents. Michael Jordan told me yesterday. How can you say I'm wrong about that, bro? I just
Because
saw
Michael
him.
Jordan is not a nice person. As 1,000 people have met him, he is not a nice
I
person.
saw Michael Jordan, bro. He was
No,
shooting
you
hoops in
didn't.
the park.
No, he wasn't.
You're gonna take away my personal experience like that. You're gonna take away everything I've been through.
And you're gonna take away a bunch of people what they've been through too.
I love you, man. Where is the love? Where is the
Not in your
love?
veins.
Where is the love? Where is the love? The love. It's just not the same. Always unchanged. Do you like that song?
It's a good song. It's just not going through.
Okay.
Okay, right here. And see, this is why AI. I'll give you that.
Allen Iverson?
California law does not force parents to get their child through transgender surgery. However, California courts can decide custody disputes over gender-affirming care. So if one parent wants you to get a transgender surgery, but the other one doesn't, it has to go in through a court system. And if that transgender parent wins,
It's a transgender parent? Wait. Okay, so here's a hypothetical, okay? If you have two parents and you come out as gay, and your dad, all right, wants to beat you and kill you because you're gay, and your mom says, it's okay that you're gay, honey. Is it okay that your mom gets custody?
yeah, because she's looking out for your best interest.
Yeah, so like what if they're just doing that, but for trans?
Because most
Because you think trans people are bad?
No, I never even said that.
Do you
Don't
think
put
that trans
words
people
in
have a
my
mental
mouth.
illness?
A lot of them do.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, brother.
Can you identify how many genders are there? Let's go with this.
There are a million
Can
genders.
you identify as a cat? You can
Each of my
identify
toenails
as a
has a
cat. Do you know
gender.
what a
My
woman
toenails
is?
have a gender?
Do you know what a woman is?
No.
You don't know what a woman is. So you never
No.
put your dick inside a pussy.
Whoa. Why are you thinking about genitals, brother? Why do you guys always go back to genitals? Chill out. This is a PG-13 stream. Jesus. You know, that's really inappropriate to be saying that in front of kids.
I'm betting no kid is watching this, and they've probably already heard it because, honestly, this nation now is so freaking desensitized. Do you
Yeah, 'cause
remember
people
growing
like
up
you-
watching Family Guy,
Because of people like
Simpsons,
you, brother.
South Park?
South Park? Yeah, Family Guy in South Park. Woohoo.
Yeah, you remember that. They don't care about your feelings. Everybody thinks, do you know what democracy is? I'm sorry to say this to you, but you haven't heard it. Democracy is about what's best for the majority of people, not what's best for the 1% of people on the minority.
So like if 1% of the population, like let's say for example, let's see, so we can't benefit the minority in society with democracy because democracy should mean like whoever's in power should have the benefit. So for example, let's say for
Everybody's trying to help the minority. They're not looking
if
at
a
the
majority of us
people.
vote to like for like white Trump supporters, if we vote that they should have to work on like only farms because they're farmers, they're from rural areas, as a majority should we be able to vote for like white Trump supporters to be like stuck on just like farms and unable to go to college or trade school or anything if we decide as a majority?
We already fund everybody's college. And look what's happening. Everybody wants.
Wait, we fund everyone's
their college
college?
loans
Wait, you have
paid
free
for.
college? Where do you have free college at? What the hell?
No, I never even went to college. You don't need to go to college because college is just a giant scam nowadays.
Well, I don't know where the free college is. You should have told me. But anyways, do you think that like a majority of people can decide that another, like if we wanted to say that like Trump supporters should be deported, should we be able to vote on that?
You know, if they're American, how can they be deported?
Well,
That's
if
what
you
gotta
said
understand.
democracy means the majority, you said democracy only favors the majority. So like if the majority votes against that, should they be able
That's
to
how
like,
it
be
should
deported?
be. You always favor the majority of people. That's
So,
how
like,
it always goes. Why
so
do
are
you think
you-
when
so,
they
like,
go in front of the Senate and the Congress, there's a 67%
So like,
majority vote?
does that? Do you think democracy means if you like win by 1%, you don't have to care about the other side at all?
I never even said that.
Well, you're saying that whoever's a majority should be able to control the minority. That seems like tyranny.
It's not controlling. It's when the minority part, and most of the time the minority that we're talking about is out of the 380 million people that live in the United States all around.
Well, I
We are
believe for
talking
equal rights
about
for all, though.
100,000
Liberty and justice for all. So, I mean, I'd still advocate for 0.5% of the population.
And notice,
I'd advocate for one person's rights.
Because it was in your last stream before you ended it because you couldn't deal with people calling you out on the deportation.
Yeah, I got called out, bro.
You did, because you were wrong in it. And this is
Yeah,
where
I
I'll
was
say you're
so
wrong.
wrong.
Do you know?
No. I want to keep talking about
who the
I want to keep
reporter
talking
people
about the. No. Do you think that people don't deserve civil rights if they make up a small part, like a small portion of the population?
Yes, they do. If they come here legally.
No. I mean, like
That's what you gotta
for trans
understand.
people.
I
For trans
understand
people,
the
do trans people not
seeking
deserve rights?
asylum.
Do trans people not deserve
Yes,
rights if
they
they're 1%
do.
of the
They're
population?
a
Okay,
human.
then why is
It's
it why is
just-
it why is it a
like-
problem to advocate for 1% of the population? Though, why is that a problem?
Everybody has their rights. Everybody has opinions. What I'm saying is, like, if I say something, it happens quite often. I accidentally say, oh, hey, how's it going, man? And then you get hit with the, I'm not a man, I'm a he, she. Like, no, I'm sorry.
Well, like,
You're not
I'm
gonna
sorry, but
try to
you
make
lack
me feel
real world
bad.
experiences if you think that trans people would actually say that to you. Maybe you've
It
met
happens,
someone that's
actually.
done that. I can't defeat your anecdotes, but I'm just saying in general, people are very cool about it. They usually just say, hey, by the way, I prefer this pronoun, and you move on. You don't have to be all
And
like,
I
uptight
don't,
about it.
and I can say, and that's cool. They can go with that, but I don't have to agree with that.
Okay, if you're a doo-doo head, that's a different conversation. You could just move on with your day, though. You're saying they're being rude, but you're being rude. Why are you blaming them for your insecurity?
I didn't have an insecurity. It's
Well,
when
you're pretty
like
insecure.
when you go up and meet somebody.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying,
Right.
like, if you're not weird, you can probably just talk to people. But if you're like, I'm not going to call you that name, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit weird.
I don't need to go based off your pronouns. I'll call you by your name. I'm not gonna be like that. I'll call you directly by your name, which is a respectful thing. What people don't need to do is be like, oh, what, you misgendered me.
So do you think
And
that,
then make
do
that
you
a
think
big
trans people
thing.
should be able to serve the military? Do you think they should be able to serve in the military if you're trans?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're against Trump kicking them out, I'd assume.
I said they can serve.
No, but you're against Trump kicking them out, right? Like you're against him doing that?
Yeah. Why would
Okay,
he need
that's
to
good.
take them out?
No, he's kicking all trans people out of the military because he says they have, I don't know, that he doesn't like trans people. They're serving our country. He wants to kick them out. They're like 0.1% of our troops, but still, they're serving our country. He wants to kick them out. You can Google it.
0.1% of our troops. I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to say that's probably like a total of like 200 people then.
It's a few thousand. It's a few thousand. It's still people serving our country. I think they should be able to keep serving our country.
Yeah, and they do.
I don't know why Trump's targeting them.
And
No,
guess
no, but
what? They
Trump
get
is
benefits.
banning them. Trump is banning them from the military. He's kicking them out and taking away their record. Yeah.
And where did you like? Is that in his new executive orders
Well,
that
Trump
he's
did
doing?
that. Trump did that in his first term too. But yeah, he's doing it again.
Because he's
getting
trying
sued
to
right now.
prove a point that this nation needs to become stronger, and he is trying to unify it.
He's trying to unify it by just like beating down on minority groups. I think this dude should be able to serve in the
Do you
military.
know
He
what-
seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool because most people don't get to serve in the military.
Yeah, so it's kind of gay that Trump is kicking him out, right?
Yeah, I can't serve in the military. I suffer with seizures.
Okay. So it's kind of cringe that Trump's kicking trans people out of the military, right? I mean, I'm against that. I think that's pretty
I
bad.
mean, depending on what they do.
No,
like,
just
you
like
can
all
get
trans
kicked
people
out
based
of
on their
the-
no.
you
He's
can get
choosing a
kicked
civil
out of
rights
the
category.
military.
He's kicking them out for their
You
civil
can get
rights
kicked out of the military
categorization,
for
their demographic.
anything.
No. He's
If it
kicking them out
goes
because they're
against
trans.
their rules.
He's kicking them out because they're trans. Just because of that, they didn't do anything.
I bet it's not just because they're trans.
No,
I
it's a
want- I
blanket
would
ban
love
on
to
trans
see-
people. It's a blanket ban on trans people. I'm telling you what it is. You can Google it to confirm, but it's just a blanket ban. And we could just say it's bad and move on. It's fine.
So then how do you feel about the whole, so we'll go with that. So then when all this happens, do you think we're going to be going to war with Mexico here soon?
I don't know. Trump is a pretty war-hungry person, so I don't. It's hard to
He
really
isn't
say.
war-hungry.
He threatens a lot of
He
conflict with
didn't
people.
threaten anybody.
Yeah, he did. He threatened Iran. He threatened Mexico. He threatened Greenland and Panama, and China. I'm pretty sure. Well, not China. He loves China, but those other 4 countries, yeah.
He said if you target us and our U.S. citizens,
Well, he said he's gonna
that's
take over
when
Panama with our
stuff will
military in
happen.
Greenland.
but like the cartel is right around the thing, and you would be okay.
The cartel's in Greenland.
with
The cartel's in Panama.
the cartel is in Mexico.
So you want to go to war with Mexico?
If it has to be, because the cartels go to that point, yeah, we will. And it's going to happen because the cartel, who do you think funnels the drugs? Like, do you know where the
It's usually American
like,
citizens that bring the
CDT
drugs in. American citizens bring the drugs in, but
And
most
no,
of the
it's
drugs.
not.
It is.
No,
no,
it's
it actually is. It actually is. Like 90% of fentanyl is brought in by American citizens.
Do you-
And that's
No,
according to our conservative
it's
like
not.
border patrol.
Yeah, and how do you think it gets past Border Patrol? Because the cartel
Usually
paid
shipping
off the Border
containers.
Patrol.
Well, no, shipping containers is a big issue. It comes through shipping.
I can tell you this right now. If you knew somebody on the Border Patrol and you could go down there and pay them off $30K, you would be able to bring across drugs back and forth.
Well, that's
across
not
the
good.
border.
I guess we should go to war with the Border
That's
Patrol.
how-
Under your
Hey,
logic, we should
hey,
go to war with them
that's
then,
how
right?
it works. That's how
Then
real
why would
life
we not?
works.
Why would he not? If you think
have
there's
enough
corruption for
money-
Border Patrol, why would he not? Why would he not go after that corruption instead of like threatening war?
What do you think he's doing?
He's gave the Border Patrol a license to do whatever they want, pretty much.
Good.
But you just said that they're corrupt
Good.
and take money donations and bribes. So why is that good?
The right, yeah, some people are. I'm not saying everything's good. Like how you said, all cops, like cops and stuff. Not everything is crystal. We're humans, right? We're all human.
That might be.
What did God say? What in the Bible?
God said the gays suck.
He didn't say that. In the Bible, God didn't say gays suck. Those words were not in the Bible at
Yeah, that's
all.
true. God loves the gays.
God loves everybody.
Yeah, he does, including Hitler.
Yep.
Yep.
God is a forgiving person. But you know what he also
Very
gave us?
forgiving.
Our own free will. Why
Yeah.
do you think in the Bible, when Satan, Lucifer, was casted down,
Ooh,
what
first
do
name
you think
basis.
the earth is called? What do you think the earth is called?
The earth. The earth.
Yeah, what's it called? In Bible terms, what's it called?
The Bible Earth. The
No,
Bible
it's called the
Bible
Devil's
Earth.
Playground.
It's the Bible Earth. It's the Bible Earth. No, it's
No,
the
it's
Bible
called
Earth.
the-
It's the
the
Bible
Devil's
Earth. The Bible Earth.
Playground for a
Bible
reason.
Earth. It's the Bible Earth. Bible Earth. The Bible Earth.
Not a
Bible Earth.
blurb. It's
Bible Earth.
literally it's
No,
called
no, it's
in the
Bib- it's
Bible the
Bible Earth.
Devil's Playground.
It's Bible Earth. Bible Earth.
Because everybody gets to decide what choices they get to make.
So the Devil's
whether they're
Playground
good
was
or
said by
bad.
Christians who made up. They referred to Earth as that because they wanted to narrativize it, make it a narrative.
Yeah, because
but,
do you
but,
know where
but God
the
never
devil
said
was
that.
sent to?
Hell.
The devil was sent to Earth as his ruling
not really
ground.
hell, but-
That is in the Bible. Yes, it is.
Hell though. I read Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno is God.
Dante's Inferno is not God.
Okay.
The devil was sent to Earth to make it his playground. He will go off whatever negative thoughts are in your head and play, and you'll play into his hands. Some people can fight it, some people can't. That's why it's called free will. That's what God gave us.
Free Will Smith, homie.
Will Smith's a bitch.
Oh, hey, you're canceled. Bye. All right, I gotta. We're not getting the best time tonight. We're not having the best time tonight. Answer me before I have to go. Did you pay me? Because if not, I'm not listening to you. You can't make demands without paying up, brother. Sorry. Okay, you did not pay me. Sorry. Yeah, the callers tonight are not setting their best. It's probably because I put RFK in the title. In Discord, help me come up with a new. I'm gonna take a little break and come back in like a half hour. But if you can think of a new title name that can help, let me know. I think I put RFK in the title. It ruined things, and I put Trump lies about condoms to Hamas. So the word condom might be getting some weird people. Nice. Chill. I listened to you yesterday with zero money. Well, not if not by force. If I decide to answer a call and you're lucky enough, then sure. I'll talk to you, obviously. Trans rights or human rights. Kit, you think I want to talk about trans rights? That's like the last thing. Steve has been raptured. I don't want to talk about trans rights. That's like my least favorite conversation. Because like you literally just need to defend. It's going to be every trans rights conversation is them calling trans people groomers. Okay. And that's it. It's a exhausting conversation. And as a cis white heterosexual male who's bisexual when I say Trump sexual, so I avoid cancellation. Bro, the parents can force their kids to do trans surgeries, bro. It happens. I saw it. I was there, bro. Catcher's mitt face. That's crazy. See, this is Sean Lewis. That's what they do. Everyone already is equal. The one guy that called in was kind of scary. The one guy, you have a thing with truck drivers. So like truck drivers and also delivery and also people that work alone. So like maintenance, maybe contracting jobs, all that kind of stuff. Any job where they're driving around all day, listening to podcasts. They are some of the most radical people in society today because of listening to like Joe Rogan. Unironically, if I see someone works in trucking, then I know they're going to be believing really insane shit. Really insane. Like at a very deep level, because that's all they listen to is and engage with, for many of them, because there is no like left wing representation for that kind of stuff. Would you let Jesus in the southern border? Well, a lot of the issue is the algorithm too. I mean, I'm getting fine. It's fine. I'm just not getting my stream title is not getting in the algorithm as powerful as it usually does. Joe Rogan is pretty equal and moderate. Yeah, he calls Tim Walz Tampon Tim, who lies all the time. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is honest truth teller. Anyone who says that is. Would you let Jesus in as a? Then I have to restart my thing. I have to redo my graphic. Steve kind of killed it, and it's fine. People weren't really staying either, so like, there's only 36 likes on the stream too, so that means we got a lot of. The algorithm gave it to only people that don't like me. That's probably the thing. We need I need a title that'll be recommended to more Democrats or more liberals in general, because the hate watchers are cool, but the hate watchers dislike it and they don't like it. So if they add a dislike to the stream, and we don't have enough liberals to even it out, then the stream's going to be killed in the algorithm. So like my poll with 500 votes is 61% Trump won the 2020 election. So those are pretty bad numbers. But anyways, we'll try again. Go God, let's go Trump. You will what? My Venmo is Jola Politics. Cover mine. Okay, I'm gonna take a break and stream in a little bit. I need a break. I'm gonna leave until I'll probably just start up again at 11 o'clock. Who does Jesus serve first? Least of these or Trump? I think Dems would like this talking point personally because it uses the rhetoric against them. Would you let Jesus in as a migrant? I could do something like that. I could type it in OBS and just put another title up over it. Thank you for dropping likes on the stream. Oh. So I'm your daddy now, dog. Okay. That's crazy. He can come in legally. Jesus can come in legally. Oh my God, dude. That's what the Romans said too, bro. You realize you probably would have put Jesus in Guantanamo Bay, bro. Because I don't know if you know this, but Jesus did not do things legally. Like, he explicitly did things that were illegal. That's why he got killed. Like Jesus explicitly broke laws to prove a point. He so under your own example, you probably would have you'd see Jesus protesting in the street and just run him over with your truck. Or you see Jesus trying to cross the border and shoot him. Like, oh, you're an illegal. Like, I don't know if you read the Bible. But Jim Bob, why are you so Oh my God. Shut up. Go talk to your children. Holy crap. People know who you are. Shut up, dude. You probably don't know anything, in fact. You probably think that Biden sent $50 million to Gaza for condoms. Yeah, I looked at your message. Found out your daddy. Yeah. The Bible doesn't condone gays. Okay, it doesn't condone everything you do. You know God has no pronouns? Where's Epoch at? Confirm God has no pronouns. Confirm. What part of the Bible is anti-gay? Okay, what? It better not be Old Testament. Is it Old Testament? Hmm. Wait. Jesus himself never says anything about being gay. Like, he's not quoted to say anything about being gay. And it was written over time by different like if you want to quote Leviticus and talk about not lying with lie with a male as with a woman, or if you want to use any code about committing an abomination, like these are multiple authors who are all over long periods of time contributing to this text. And that's Old Testament either way. But Jesus never said anything about gayness or about trans or about anything like that. And it's like you'd have to follow the shellfish and the mixing fabrics and you'd have to also follow those laws about Leviticus if you want to say that about gay people. It's just stupid because no, like, oh God. I think it goes in line with what I said yesterday with Christians today who are conservative are really just following the Old Testament with Jesus. They follow the Old Testament and they also like Jesus, but they don't like Jesus' actual teachings. But they will follow the Old Testament. Am I in the closet? Yes, I'm deeply closeted. That's a good one. Would Jesus be a Democrat or a conservative? Bible is the Bible. It's God's words, and it calls being gay an abomination. It also says you can't eat shellfish. Like you realize, I mean, you know. See, that's the issue, though. Is a lot of people that say that stuff know they're bad people. Like they know. They're actively just weaponizing it. They know. They know in the back of their heads what they're really doing. They know. It's not like it's a... Ooh, T became a tier 1 member. Thank you. Who had the base podcast? Thank you for becoming members, everyone. So many channel members. So many. You realize that Jesus came and the Old Testament was taken as like Jesus was living as intended or giving clear lessons on how to treat people. Like at the time, the Jewish people believed in like the Old Testament existed for a reason. And I think it's fine if you're a Christian like I am, okay, and you borrow from text and you use it to guide different principles and you debate and wrestle with the text. That's a good thing. But if you're going to use it as just like your reasoning to hold it on other people, I might have to do like a Bible stream because we'll do. How do I get you to talk to this idiot Eagles for life? Oh God, I need his first name and phone number, and I can call him at 11 after my break. I feel bad though making you give $10 for him to call in. I mean, you can call me at 10 too, if I like, or at 11, and in 38 minutes you can call in, and you'll probably be the first caller. So, guy talks about the Bible like he knows it. Maybe I'll do a Bible debate stream. I need Epoch to train me. I'm sick of hearing about the Bible and people just like saying things. Maybe I'll do that, bro. Maybe I'll do that. Because I remember asking someone, like, what part of the Bible says anti-gay or anti-trans? And it's like, I don't know, I didn't read it. It's like, why do you believe it so much then? Like, you're just using it for a political argument. Yeah, you can just call in when I start my stream at 11. But don't worry about paying. But I will take a $5. I will take a $5 Venmo or a Cash App. I will take that. If you want to give it, I will take it. But okay, I'll be back at 11, like I said. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll keep on thinking about these channel stream names and get back to you. I appreciate it. There's no trans or any of that BS back then. That's why it's not talked about. But like, if it's God's word, he would know like where humanity's going to eventually go. If you're saying that, you're admitting that it was written by humans at the time who contextualized it with only thoughts and ideas of the time. Therefore, you using the Bible as law would not make any sense at all. So you either need to believe that it's word, and if he did not include trans people, he was pro-trans, or he did not see any issue with trans people, or you'd have to say that, you know, infallible man wrote the book. Or not infallible, whatever. Imperfect, whatever. All right, I'll be back. Thank you. See ya.